started the evening looking at solar, and we're going to end the evening looking at solar. And it's wonderful that we're able to bring it full circle, especially with this project, in that Presidians obviously look for ways to make things better, use things like solar, renewables, closed loop compost like you heard about today. But even those things at the end of the day create waste and create environmental impacts. This next group is looking at how the solar industry can actually do things with those panels after they've already been used, so when they're at their end of life. So the next group is called Corona, and here they go.
We are in the midst of an energy revolution. More governments, companies, and individuals are demanding cleaner and cheaper forms of energy. The growth of solar power has been exponential, with the vast majority of capacity being installed within the past 5 years. While solar panels are expected to work for 2 to 3 decades, many are replaced after only a few years because of aesthetic issues or less than expected performance. And the only option for these panels that have reached the end of their life is to go to the landfill, even though the majority can still produce energy. Why are these products thrown out if they still work? We at Corona decided to change that. Using our online platform, customers can find the right panels for their project. Corona will collect the discarded panels from the field at low to no cost, test them to certify their performance, and list them in our online marketplace, which results in a much more affordable and verified product. How will this work? The amount of discarded solar panels is expected to increase 32 times by 2030. Corona will partner with the companies who have unrivaled access to this supply, like Sunrun and Waste Management. These exclusive partnerships will enable us to keep our prices low, which will reach new customer segments. Our certified pre-owned model will be B2C, empowering new consumers to join the energy revolution. And who doesn't want to be a part of a revolution? Whether you're powering your home, cabin, RV, campground, or other mobile application, Corona can deliver the solution you need. We're imagining a circular economy for solar power, one that does not throw out working products and enables new customers to benefit. Will you help us transform this industry? Enabling bright ideas the second time around. Corona.
Good evening. We are Corona. During my time in the residential solar industry, I saw firsthand many of the technical issues that required service. Some of them include less than expected performance and structural issues with the outside of the panel. But others include issues with the wires and connectors on the back of the panel. They would get pinched, cut, or otherwise damaged, sometimes even chewed by squirrels. Even though only a fraction of all solar panels get removed earlier than expected, because the growth of solar power has been so significant, that amount ends up being substantial. According to a report from the International Renewable Energy Agency, the amount of solar panels that are removed from service and considered waste is forecasted to increase 32 times by 2030 and 470 times by 2050. But not all panels bound for the landfill have to go there. Based on our analysis, 75% of these panels can be easily repaired to still produce energy, and that's where Corona comes in. By partnering with the companies who currently perform solar service work and picking up these panels from them, we will be locking in our low-cost supply and significantly reducing their disposal costs. Then we will use industry-leading testing equipment to verify the performance of each panel. This not only tells us what issues there are and how to repair them, but also provides us valuable data which we will pass on to customers to increase transparency on buying used equipment. Then, when the panels are refurbished, we will list them in our online marketplace where our customers can search through our supply to find exactly what they need.
So what does this market look like? Well, in 2016, 65 gigawatts of solar was installed globally. That's a $116 billion industry. On a smaller scale, $13 billion was installed in California alone. We will capture $40 million of this market based on the number of panels that come offline that we can fix and resell. We will start our operations in Northern and Southern California, and by year 2, we will scale to the greater Western United States and Mexico. Our panels are in demand in 3 different industries: agriculture, mobile, which includes RVs, trailers, and boats, and tiny homes, an industry that's seen a 900% growth in the last 3 years. These industries translate into 3 different types of customers. You have local farmers, millennials, and baby boomers. Millennials and baby boomers are driving the tiny home and mobile segments due to their desire to travel and to live a simpler life. We will target these customers through a variety of channels and strategies. First, we will bundle our panel sales with tiny home and RV sales. And then we will also use Instagram travel influencers and also leverage traditional media such as AARP and outside magazines. And finally, we will advertise on-site at tourist hotspots such as Yosemite National Park and the Grand Canyon.
Our research has revealed there's significant opportunity for repurposed solar panels. And Corona will be the first company to offer a certified pre-owned panel at an exceptionally discounted price. We'll also provide an easy-to-use online platform which will allow our customers to select the exact panel that fits their specific energy needs. Now is the time for Corona to access this untapped market. With limited competition, Corona will have the first mover advantage and be able to capture 25% of the market in the first 2 years. This will also allow Corona to build brand recognition and a core customer following. And we're going to make this happen with an amazing team. Corona brings over 30 years of combined sustainability business experience. Alex Grande brings 10 years of key technical solar knowledge. Julia Gotwald brings 5 years of marketing in the utility scale solar industry. And Bernard Rottner brings 15 years of green building design. And finally, Elizabeth Gamboa brings 10 years in the financial services industry. Our proven track record will bring this organization to life. And let's illustrate this by reviewing the financials.
Thank you. Here's a look at the future profitability of our company. Here we are in the lower left at year 0, which is now as we receive our initial funding. We'll get busy, though, very quickly and start to earn revenue during our second quarter of the first year of our business. In years 1 and 2, we'll move toward our break-even point and anticipate having a positive net income at the very end of the second year. As the supply of discarded panels grows, we see that trend reflected in our numbers for both our revenue and our net income in years 4 and 5. And this is a very positive picture, right? Well, let's see how we get there. This is a snapshot of year 3, which is our first full year of profitability. And there are 2 factors that help us here. The first is, due to the growth of solar panel technology, the amount of solar panels available to us grows by 110%. And that's versus what we had available during our first year in business. With our marketing campaign in full swing, that means that more of that demand is met with the supply of solar panels that is coming in. It will also help to have a scalable cost structure. It's something that we call just-in-time storage, which facilitates the need for space based on the amount of panels that come in as inventory. So both help us reach a profitability of $1.2 million. So we're asking you to join us and co-create the Second Life solar panel market. It's one that uses a circular economy to keep panels out of the landfill and put them back to work generating clean solar power. And no one is doing this right now. We're asking for an initial seed funding of $1 million that will help us with trucks, testing equipment, legal and storage cost. And we're asking you to join us in a business that has a very bright future. Thank you.